A slightly eerie, mysterious intro music fades in and out. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're venturing deep into the misty hollows of folklore, to a forgotten village named Blackwood Creek, a place whispered about in hushed tones, a place haunted by a legend as chilling as the winter wind that whips through its desolate streets. This is the story of the Headless Horseman of Blackwood Creek. For generations, the people of Blackwood have lived under a shadow, not of the towering pines that surround their village, but of a spectral rider. They say on nights when the moon is a mere sliver in the sky and the fog rolls in thick from the marshes, you can hear it. The thunder of hooves on cobblestone, a sound that doesn't belong to any living horse. And if you're brave, or perhaps foolish enough to look, you might just see him, a towering figure on a phantom steed, cloaked in darkness, with nothing but a ragged collar where his head should be. The villagers bolt their doors, shutter their windows, and pray the rider passes them by. They tell their children stories, not of fairy tales, but of the ghostly patrolman who rides the old forest path. He's not just a phantom, he's an omen. It's said that wherever the horseman rides, misfortune is sure to follow. A blight on the crops, a sickness in the livestock, a sudden and inexplicable chill that seeps into the very bones of the village. But why? Why does he ride? And more importantly, why is he headless? To answer that, we must journey back in time over 200 years ago, to when Blackwood Creek was just a fledgling settlement and the horseman was a man named Elias Thorne. Elias wasn't a monster. In fact, he was quite the opposite. He was the village watchman, a man known for his unwavering sense of duty and his deep love for the community he protected. Tall and strong, with a reputation for being as honest as the day is long, Elias was the heart of Blackwood Creek. His nightly patrols were a source of comfort to the villagers. They knew that as long as Elias Thorne was on watch, they were safe. He had a wife, Ilara, and a young daughter, Lily, and his world revolved around them. His greatest treasure, however, was a simple silver locket he always wore, a gift from his wife containing tiny portraits of her and their daughter. It was his constant reminder of what he was protecting. But the peace of Blackwood Creek was fragile. A ruthless gang of bandits, led by a cruel man known as Silas the Shadow Cane, had been terrorizing the surrounding region. They were notorious for their greed and their brutality. When word reached Silas of the modest prosperity of Blackwood Creek, he set his sights on it. He saw an easy target, a quiet village ripe for the picking. He didn't count on one thing: the resolve of Elias Thorne. One fateful autumn night, as the leaves turned to fiery shades of red and gold, Silas and his gang descended upon the village under the cloak of darkness. The attack was swift and brutal, but Elias, ever vigilant, sounded the alarm. He wasn't just a watchman, he was a leader. He rallied the villagers, instructing them to barricade themselves in the stone church while he faced the invaders. With his sword in hand and his great black horse Onyx beneath him, Elias rode out to meet the bandits. He was a formidable fighter, driven by the need to protect his home and his family. He fought with the strength of 10 men, his every move a testament to his dedication. One by one, he pushed the bandits back, his courage inspiring a small group of villagers to join the fray. The tide of the battle began to turn. It seemed that courage and conviction might just win the day. But Silas Cain was a cunning and dishonorable foe. Seeing his men faltering, he didn't face Elias in a fair fight. Instead, he slipped away in the chaos, circling round to the back of the church where the villagers were hiding. He planned to take a hostage to break Elias's spirit from within. And he found the perfect one, Elias's daughter, Lily. The cry of his daughter's name was the only thing that could have broken Elias's focus. He turned, his heart freezing in his chest, to see Silas dragging Lily out from the church, a knife to her throat. The bandits regrouped, surrounding the now distracted watchman. Silas gave Elias an ultimatum: lay down his sword and surrender the village, or watch his daughter perish. For Elias, there was no choice. The locket around his neck felt heavy, a painful reminder of the life he was about to lose. With tears in his eyes, he dropped his sword. His fight was over. But his surrender wasn't enough for the vengeful Silas to make an example of him. To crush the spirit of Blackwood Creek forever, he committed a final, horrific act. In front of the terrified villagers, in front of his own family, Silas Cain executed the brave watchman. But in his cruelty, he did one more thing. He snatched the silver locket from Elias's neck before the final blow fell, a final, spiteful theft. And in that moment, Elias Thorne, the village protector, was gone. The bandits ransacked the village and rode off, leaving a broken and grieving community in their wake. They buried their beloved watchman, but they could not find his head, nor the precious locket he cherished so dearly. They believed Silas had taken it as a grotesque trophy. The village mourned, but the story of Elias Thorne was far from over. The very next night, as a sliver of a moon hung in the sky, the sound of hoofbeats echoed through the silent streets once more. But this was not the comforting patrol of Elias Thorne. A spectral figure on a phantom horse rode the old paths, a dark silhouette against the fog. It was Elias, or what was left of him, forever bound to his duty, forever searching. The villagers quickly realized he wasn't a malevolent spirit seeking revenge on them. He was still their watchman. His ghostly rides weren't a curse, but a continuation of his patrol. The misfortune that followed wasn't his doing, but rather a sign that the village's protective shield was broken, a grim reminder of the night they lost their guardian. His spirit, they believe, cannot rest. It's trapped between worlds, driven by two powerful, unresolved emotions. The first is his unwavering duty. Even in death, he continues his patrol, a spectral guardian watching over the village he gave his life to protect. He rides the boundaries, a silent sentinel ensuring no harm like that which befell him will ever touch his home again. The second, and perhaps more powerful force, is his search. He is not just riding, he is looking for something. He is looking for the silver locket that was stolen from him in his final moments. That locket, containing the images of his wife and daughter, was the symbol of everything he loved, the anchor of his soul. Without it, his spirit is incomplete. It's said that he searches for that locket, believing that if he can only find it, his spirit can finally be whole again, and he can finally rest, his duty fulfilled. And so, the headless horseman of Blackwood Creek rides on. He is not a monster to be feared, but a tragic hero to be pitied. A ghost bound by love and duty, forever patrolling the misty roads of his village, forever searching for the lost piece of his heart. His story is a powerful reminder that some bonds are so strong, not even death can break them. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the lore of Blackwood Creek. What do you think? Is the horseman a threat or a tragic protector? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy tales of folklore and mystery, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories from the shadows. Until next time, stay curious.